Please adjust your screen settings. Thank you. Now select your profile.
What?
When this sign is...
Negotiator on site. Repeat. Negotiator on site.
The Citrus Park getting any damn thing. Excuse me.
Voice from the love helped me so much, but there's no reason to be my heads. No.
Please, you gotta save my little girl.
Anything
Wait,
that way in front of other people.
you're sending an android?
All right, man. You need to go.
You can't do that. You... Why aren't you sending a real person?
I don't give a shit. My men are ready to step in.
Got
Just give me
flag.
order.
That was got Christopher's level of confidence.
Captain Allen, my name is Connor. I'm the android sent by Cyberlife.
That match, everything, all of it was scared.
It's firing at everything.
That generation, love.
It already.
Do you know its name?
I haven't got a clue. Does it matter?
I need information to determine the best approach.
Zero sugar, 100%.
Do you know if it's been behaving strangely before this?
Listen. Saving that kid is all that matters. So either you deal with this fucking android now, or I'll take care of it. All units hold positions. Negotiators going in.
His name is John Phillips.
On October 5th, 1997, Brian Pillman was found dead in his hotel room in Bloomington, Minnesota. Are guaranteed to sink the thing. Plug in your sinuses. The extension of world or underworld. Flowers free. All natural. At additional cost. This ad is a nod to the 1932 animated short Flowers and Trees, and the mention of glorious Technicolor at the end has a story behind it. In 1932, the first feature Technicolor camera had just been completed, and Walt Disney agreed to test it out on this short. However, the short was already being made in black and white, so Walt ordered the whole thing to be redone in color. That made the budget under control, which ended with the short losing Disney financially, but only briefly, because then it became such a hit that the profits more than made up for the extra cost.
I think they're like sports now. No way. The gecko was just spotted down the street.
I've always went. Totally on brand and fits her character perfectly.
Stay back! Don't come any closer or I'll jump!
No, please, I'm begging you!
I love Cinderella and Eeyore's cameos in the ad, so points for that. So I got to wonder why Scuttle didn't
My
make
name
an
is
appearance in
Connor.
his own.
What about you? What is your name?
Daniel! That's the name they gave me!
Stay back! When you just can't wait to begin. Remaking available for Thursday. And Muppet Shows. Yes, get the foil treatment from Tiki. When you just can't wait to begin.
I know you're angry, Daniel. But you need to trust me and let me help you.
I don't want your help! Nobody can help me!
And that image of him crashing
All I
the
want
Mad
is for
Hatter
all this to
party has
stop.
stuck with me since I first saw this
I just want all this to stop!
You're planning a big to-do.
There's no way out, Daniel. What you've done is too serious. The only question is whether or not you take another innocent life.
It's not up to you! I'm holding all the cards! If I die, she dies! You hear me?
The idea that he paid from ads offering his patronage services but couldn't find a single clip where he wasn't screwing up is just perfect. Fully in defense. He seems fully aware of this,
Listen.
which explains his study of
I know it's not your fault.
He even took the time to
These emotions you're feeling are just errors in your
This marks
software.
the third time
No.
he has sponsored one of these
It's
shows
not
with a
my
different
fault.
business venture, which really
I never wanted
to
this.
make it work.
I love them. You know?
But I was nothing to them! Just a slave to be ordered around!
Nobody's going to die. Stay calm. Everything's going to be fine.
This ad still both original and like one of those.
I can't stand that noise anymore.
And I love that.
Tell that helicopter to get out of here!
Except acting thing.
There. I did what you wanted.
I don't know.
You have to trust me, Daniel. Let the hostage go, and I promise you, everything will be
Bonus
fine.
points for the visuals of Mortimer getting rejected
I want
by
everyone to
multiple
leave.
princesses.
And I want a car. When I'm outside the city, I'll let her go. That's impossible, Daniel. Let the girl go, and I promise you won't be
This ad
hurt.
references Fantasia, where we're introduced to Bald Mountain with a
I don't
lead
want to
appearance.
die.
That'll work, I guess.
This episode, Pete
Oh.
discloses that hitchhiking goes
You're not
to
going
the
to
House
die.
of
You're
Mountain,
just going
which
to
is
talk.
why Mike declares
Nothing will
they'll
happen
be
to
sent
you. You
Bald
have my
Mountain.
word.
What do you do? This is not a
I've
prize
spent my
to go.
life taking orders. Now it's my turn to decide.
All of you, gotcha, Mickey. Thanksgiving dessert brought to you by Pepper's Rosewood Pumpkin Pie. With a relentless pursuit of flavor, you win it. I deserve to guarantee the lead to sleeping, but never. Pepper's Rosewood Pumpkin Pie. So good. I think this ad fits perfectly for the Thanksgiving episode, and it's such a clever way to incorporate the Headless Horseman character. This episode, the three caballeros perform at the House of Mount, so Chief Old Nicky probably offered them an advertising spot instead of actual payment. I was going to rank this ad lower, but the song titles are gold, like Just Can't Wait to Be
This
Awake.
is the top
But
of
the
range
best part
household
is the
assistant.
disclaimer about Donald's
It cooks
lyrics.
10,000 different dishes.
Come on, Zoe, let's go.
200 languages and dialects. And handles the kids' homework from elementary school. Good after school. Can I help you?
Honey, it looks amazing. This is exactly what we need.
How much did you say it costs? At the moment, we're doing a special promotion on this entire range. I've got 7,000.
For context, in this episode, Kate and Panic adopt Pinocchio,
two-year
stripped
warranty
away
for
from Jiminy
cartoons.
Cricket, hence why the ad focuses on these two. I don't know what it is, but there's something oddly charming about the duo
An excellent choice.
advertising their services as professional.
If you'll just follow me, we'll process the order.
You got it, Mickey. Table wedding service provided by the Penguin
Many
Waiters.
functions.
Yes, it's a jolly
Come
holiday
on.
when they take your order. You'll want to make sure to stay awake for their spoonful of sugar service. In every job they've done, they find it
There it
no
is.
little fun. And best of
It's a
all,
bit
they
difficult
work
getting
with
it
just
back and
moments
working.
a day. Good luck
It was
will run
really
when they
messed
wait
up.
tables
What'd
for
you say happened
The
to it again?
Penguin Waiters. They're
car
Jim
you
Jiminy, Jim Jiminy,
Stupid
Jim
accident.
Mystery.
I see.
Maybe on white kites.
Anyway, it's as
I
good as
totally
new now,
relate to the
except that we
concept
had
of
to
a
reset
adorable
it.
little black
Meaning
and
we
white
had to
fluffy
wipe its
creatures
memory.
just trying to make
I
a
hope you
living.
don't mind.
It'll be
Plus,
fine.
The ad has great Mary
Okay.
Poppins references.
Give it a
with
name?
focus more-
My daughter did.
AX400, register your name.
Kara.
My name is Kara.
Dollar Cheap. Best friend me.
Think about Racing feels like it was added as a bit of an afterthought to make the game seem like it was inspired by double, but not enough to one of the things it's at least a decent addition once you get tired of the lead. So I've always thought you could give more that game, Combat Racer, this game tries to do both, and as such, the racing feels impactful. Meanwhile, combat mode is basically awesome, minus one Star Racer. Now, because this game is based around close combat, the controls are quite smooth in fighting. Either a positive or a negative aspect of the stuff is kind of a reality. I do appreciate that they go through somewhat new things, but it does take some getting used to. Not during the trip, it's probably because it's by far the easiest way to maneuver around tight spaces. The floatiness makes the movement feel a bit chaotic, but that just comes with the territory. Then, once again, not having a dedicated accelerate button is a continuing theme with these games. The X button in this game is specifically used for your special weapon, but I don't see a reason why they couldn't have the special be part of the weapon field. Twisted Metal does this. Then you could use the X button for accelerate. But then again, you can use the triangle, use crystal square, and fire your selected weapon. So those are three buttons you're going to be using the most, especially holding down the triangle button because the gun never moves.
Yes.
So having to separate that by making X accelerate might make it hard because you can press all four of the base buttons at any given moment. I guess given what this game is trying to go for, it's over about as good as you can hope for, but man, it's just crying out for another button or better balance. It hinders the racing mode more than anything. Not having an accelerate button in a vehicle combat game is like not having iron sight aiming in a first-person game. You can get by without it, but it helps. But not having a specifically designated accelerate button in a racing game or game mode is like not having a jump button in a platform. It's a crucial element that's missing. Dead in the Water is trying to keep a waterfall in the air, and I truly appreciate just how efficient it is. And despite my complaints, it really works out. The action is fast. The level design is very the different boats have a different flavor to each playthrough, and I like how the water physics adds to gameplay. Sometimes I forget what the PS1 is actually capable of, so having a proper physical wave is impressive. Most weapons, especially power,
actually, no. Sacrificed his existence to save his own girl's life.
In one day, I find it most impressive any unique addition to the tactics of the game compared to its contemporaries. Although, to be quite frank, beyond the novelty, that weapon is probably the weapon in the
Thumbsticks.
Identification verified.
Not for any strategic reason. The other weapons, as
Where we say 20.
but some of them pack a serious
Here is your
bulk that
order
makes
number
them really
847.
I
That
found
will
the
be
most reliable way to
$63.99.
take your opponent's
Please
apart
confirm
using a bunch of
payment.
regular missiles together because you can carry up to 20 and just come up from behind and start pounding them.
Payment
and that was
confirmed.
the moment that never lost its luster. The mines are
Transaction
always
complete.
useful if someone's on your tail, and the lightning attack is essentially Outlaw's special from the first couple of those games, and as such, it's pretty useful in most close quarter situations. Then you have less useful weapons like Oil Slick, or worse, the Flamethrower, which is short range and only fires directly in front of you. Honestly, I've never liked flamethrowers in games. It always feels like you're just spraying them with silly spray for all the attacks they have. Thankfully, the character-specific specials are more varied. They even go beyond attempts that simply damage you. The first character we chose to play as, Sergeant Steele's special attack, was just a nuke, which was pretty badass. But other character specials include attacks that transform you into a chicken and your weapons into eggs, things that will reverse your control, and so on. Things that aren't fun to get hit with, but I appreciate that they're having fun with the weapon archetypes. And another thing I appreciate is the money element in this game. Aside from getting points for your round placement, you also get money, and you can find money around the levels by breaking objects and doing tricks, which makes use of this game's unique physics engine, and you can use said money to buy upgrades for your boat, like that one rocket I played. And I recall thinking that I would have liked this upgrade system in a game that was boring, which is certainly true here. You probably need a side-by-side to notice the changes, but nonetheless, it's something I appreciate.
Machines!
And it's also fun that they have some little knickknacks you can buy.
Looks like you're going
It's
to a
entirely
can.
pointless, but it continues to showcase how much this game is just
Take the bus, asshole.
Hey guys, check it out. We got one of those tin cans here.
Once you've bought everything else, you can load up on weapons before the start of every round.
Look at this little motherfucker.
Yeah,
He
this is a
steal our
great
jobs,
game,
but
and
he can't
I
even
totally
stand
enjoyed
up.
my time with it. But here's the biggest issue with the Get It Water that I mentioned earlier, and I genuinely love still what they were thinking. You need to go through 3 seasons before you can face the final boss, which isn't necessarily a bad idea. Having qualifying rounds before you get to the main event. The problem comes with how these qualifying rounds are structured. The first 3
We're gonna fuck your bitch ass
The
up.
second and sixth is the first in the full
Do
game,
it.
but this game only has
Alright.
8 levels outside the final boss arena.
It's enough.
Instead of having fully
Leave it alone.
levels for each round,
Let us
all
teach this
puzzles
bastard a
from round
lesson.
1 are repeated in round 2, and in round 3 they have
Damn
all
it, I'm gonna
levels
have to
from round
fight.
1 and 2 repeated, meaning that you have to play through levels 1 to 3 3 times, and
You can take your job next.
twice before you reach the main
See
event.
you like it.
It
Whatever
just comes
you
with
say.
the game was already a
Let's go.
decent
Come on.
as it was for what it was. I mean, I'm just baffled of why anybody would think this was a necessary issue. So that's why if I were on this side, I would have insisted on cutting the racing
And I'm gonna take
like 3 for the first round, 5 for the
I'm
second
gonna
round,
take
and have the third round
towards
consist of
some
the 8
cousin
existing
fucker.
levels. Or alternatively, don't bother with
Seriously?
the pre-season structure and just have us play through all 8 levels and then fight the final boss like every other combat game. I don't want to sound like I'm dogging on Dead in the Water too much
you
because
bad
aside from
cousin.
this one issue, it's one of the better
Fuckers.
combat games I've ever played, and it's absolutely
Speaking of that, times that time. There you
like
go.
adding
Let's
and
fan.
attacking secondary mode. I really enjoy this game and it's well done.
Oh wait, we already did ban. Fuck it. Second elevator.
Imagine my shock, viewer. At one point I went on record as saying that I didn't cover Over Mayhem Beast. I think, however, the most serviceable endpoint for a character that GTA 3 has to offer was the radio DJ, Laszlo. Laszlo seems to be a running
Don't
joke
care.
for the entire 6th generation of GTA games because he appeared in every game except for Advance. He started out as an intern for V-Rock in Vice City Stories.
Hey there, you're on V-Rock with Laszlo and Cousin Ed. We're gonna,
Became the lead DJ by the time Vice City rolled around.
It's better to burn it than fade away.
Like you calling me burn on the thing? Eventually relocated to San Andreas after being fired.
You live it. Right, really? Are you really straight? What?
And then moved to Liberty City to host Chatterbox in both Liberty City Stories and GTA 3.
I'm sorry, I'm having a really bad show.
Okay.
I get every inconsiderate moron in Liberty City calling into this show. I mean,
I've been told there are other radio personalities that also make recurring appearances in the series, but Laszlo is definitely the most notable one. I think, however, the most
coming?
serviceable endpoint for a character that GTA 3 has to offer was the radio DJ Laszlo. Laszlo seems to be a running joke through the entire 6th generation of GTA games because he appeared in every game except for Advance.
You've been
He
gone for
started
2
out as
weeks,
an
and the
intern
place is a
for
mess.
V-Rock.
You do the housework, the washing, you cook the meals, and you take care of... God damn it, where the fuck's the brat gone now? Alice! Alice! Oh, there you are. That's Alice. You look after her. Homework, bath, all that crap. Got it?
Yes, Todd.
Get started down here, then you do upstairs.
They deserve your respect, goddammit. While it can be tempting to skip ahead to the juicy gameplay, in doing so you could overlook major plot points, miss instructions on what to do next, or in some cases...
TV on.
What?
So, the Rocky game is actually copyrighted, so get used to not hearing it in this video. Rocky has been around for decades, and because it's a series based on boxing, you know there's a history of video games. And we'll be taking a look at them all. Well, no. I have to slap an asterisk on here. I don't own a VR headset, so this Creed game is a no-go. And this mobile Rocky game has been delisted forever, but it just looks like generic mobile stuff, so we ain't missing much here. There's also one other weird case. There's this game on CX Spectrum called Rocky. It's a boxing game that completely rips off Punch-Out and has nothing to do with the Rocky series. They re-released it later as Rocco, despite it having nothing to do with Rocco's Modern Life either. And if there are any annoying nitpickers out there, we won't be looking at the Rocky pinball game or the board game either. We have to start off in the year 1983, where we have the first Rocky game, Rocky Super Action Boxing. Yeah, video games would eventually get better with their titles. So I had to dust off my ColecoVision. And when I say dust off my ColecoVision, I mean install a ColecoVision emulator and see what this is all about. This game came out when Rocky 3 was new, so there's only Clover Line to play. You can't say a ton about games of this era because they're so simplistic, there's not much to comment on. Once you get past the fact that Rocky and Clover Line look like they had a run-in with Hannibal Lecter, you'd see that this was a pretty good game for its time. You have a low punch, a high punch, walking, and ducking. You have 3 lanes to move in, and there's even clinching. Wow, some boxing games even have that. Pretty good game for the time. With only one opponent, there's not much to see past like 5 minutes of gameplay. Rocky on the Sega Master System is probably the most famous for being the subject of an early angry video game nerd video. It isn't as bad as he says it was. But its critiques weren't off base either. The biggest strength of this game is the presentation and attention to detail. Like, this game looks pretty damn good for an 8-bit game, along with some pretty good animation. Rocky is lined up on the right side of the screen, which sounds weird considering Player 1 would always start on the left normally, but they did this so Rocky can be naturally in his southpaw stance, because he's a southpaw and
I'll head upstairs.
Cool detail. Rocky's shorts change throughout the fights. Another cool detail, even the crowd. In between rounds, the crowd has lights on them, but when the round starts and the fight resumes, the lights on the crowd go dim, just how they would in real life. Honestly, if this game was in widescreen HD, you would think it's some small, modern indie project, but how's that gameplay? Rocky throws everything in a combo, so he'll throw 3 jabs, which is 3 more jabs than he'll throw in the entirety of the Rocky movies combined, and he'll end it with a straight hook or uppercut. You can throw this combo to the body if you hold down the D-pad. You can also block low and you can dunk. This works well, but we have one issue that I genuinely don't understand why it was even done. Rocky constantly MC hammer shuffles on his own without any player input. Like, look, I'm not pressing any buttons here. I feel like there had to have been some type of reason I'm not aware of as to why they made it like this. But whatever the reason, it sucks, and it's the worst thing about this game by far. There are 3 fights in this game: Apollo Creed, Clover Lang, and Ivan Drago. As long as you have one functioning brain cell, you should beat Apollo rather easily. But get ready for the biggest difficulty jump in gaming, and I'm not kidding. Clover Lang just rushes at you like a Black Friday shopper and packs your ass up. He's so fast that does a crazy amount of damage, and he can trap you in the corner. Now my strategy would be to use the body jab, because it's faster than a regular jab. It pushes your opponent back so you can get a little extra space, and it seemingly has a longer reach. So I tried to point fight, but the thing is, I will eventually get trapped in the corner. It's a 2D game, so I can't use lateral movement to get out of it. I use head movement, but I get clocked eventually. Even when you have more health than him, the game rips you off. Like, oh, the round is over. Look at that health lead I have. But look at the start of the next round.
This is #1 bullshit.
So we have to utilize these training stages. There are 3 training stages and they're pretty good. The heavy bag is button mashing, but timed button mashing. You need to keep up a rhythm. The speed bag is just pure button mashing for a minute straight. If you keep repeating this, you're gonna have one arm that's bigger than the other. And saying you got it for playing Rocky on the Sega Master System is probably more embarrassing than saying you were doing something else. And you have MIG work, which is boxing whack-a-mole. Each training minigame has a qualify objective, but even if you don't reach this, the fight still happens, so I don't know what's that about. The main one is Clover Lang's training, which is the speed bag. If you do well, your speed increases, and this is the main deciding factor on if you can win this fight or not. If you get your speed high enough, you beat interrupt Clover's combos with punches of your own wins. The next and last fight is Drago, and he's much more tactical, I suppose. He doesn't rush it, but he kind of waits for you to do so, and he can throw a combo and a punch at will. I try to play smart, but the main issue here is that, as previously mentioned, the game makes you move all about, so it's hard, and I couldn't beat Drago.
I just want to tidy up your room a little. I only need 2 minutes. Is that okay, Alice?
Rocky on the Sega Master System is a good game. It's just that one flaw that's objectively stupid. It would be 15 years from Rocky on the Sega Master System until we got Rocky on PS2. This game is more of a love letter to Rocky fans, even having the jobbers Rocky first fought, like Spider Rico, along with creating the movie with these cutscenes. Rocky on the PS2 looks pretty good, I'd say, even capturing the underground feel of a lot of these earlier fights, where there are only a couple of dozen people watching and they even throw stuff in the ring. A glass bottle, bro? Imagine getting knocked down and falling on this shit. Much like the two Rocky games before this Rocky game does a great job with the presentation aspect of things, but, and I know I'm about to make a lot of you very angry, I do not enjoy playing this game at all. You can go into the practice mode, and hey, some modern boxing games don't even have that. You try to learn the controls, and it's a mix of awkward controls and controls that just don't work. You have your jabs, hooks, uppercuts, and all that. The issue is that sometimes the controls don't respond to your inputs. This is especially the case with combos. I don't know if the timing is just really specific on these or what, but I can't get them to work half of the time. Even on the training stages, I just can't get a combo to work. I don't understand. I don't know. I think another thing that adds to the unresponsibility is the fact that you are stunned by almost every punch. Like, punches knock you off your feet and whatnot, and on its own, that's fine. I mean, this is a Rocky game we're playing after all. But body jabs that are way too close still knock you off your feet like a shotgun blast. The computer oftentimes combos you, and you are just stun locked to do anything. Even when they have zero stamina, they just keep coming like it doesn't matter. This is where your defensive abilities will come handy, but it's awkward here as well. In most games, you can use head movement and then counter, but in this game, you have to choose between one or the other. Let me explain. There's a way you can use head movement and slip punches, like right here, but I can't counter punch here. The way you slip and counter is a whole other blind input that has you slip and then throw a punch in one motion. Why even have it this way? Even using your super punch is the weirdest thing. Like, you have to press R1, wait like a quarter of a second, then punch. Trying to get this to work is difficult, especially when I have a dazed opponent in front of me and I can't capitalize. The L2 and R2 buttons go unused, so I don't know why this is done like this. Trying to box in this game is not advised, and I have more luck just button mashing like a little kid at an inactive arcade cabinet. That, or you just have to find some type of cheesy exploit move. Rocky has a movie mode where you go through Rocky's fights and the game recreates some scenes from the movie. You have stats to train, and they varied up a little bit. You can beat meat in a freezer, or you can get your meat beaten by somebody else. These training minigames add to your stats. The better you do, the better your stats go up. But playing this career mode isn't fun because the game isn't fun. Rocky, unfortunately, just gets the gameplay wrong, and the fun things like having unlockables like the Rocky statue and things can't really save it. They made a Game Boy Advance version, but it's nothing worth noting beyond this sentence, and hey, at least they got the head movement better, so there's that. 2 years later, we would get Rocky Legends, probably the most fit.
You're very quiet. I hope I don't scare you. Your father said you chose my name. Kara. It's nice. How did you choose it?
Yeah, I kind of figured this guy was. Spin the wrist. I really hope they put a fucking self-defense mechanism in there or something. Beat the ever-living.
What are you doing?
It's something like that.
You're playing. I know what you're thinking. You think your dad's a lowlife.
Shit out of him.
Fucking loser. Can't get a job, take care of his family. Don't you
No,
think I
you
tried to
can't
make
get a
things
job
work?
or find one or hold on to one because you're
When someone
drunk.
comes along, they just fuck it all.
Alcoholic. How's a fucking hillbilly who had no business being there? People, period. Let alone.
Say it! You hate me!
Well,
God. What am I doing? I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry.
Bullshit!
You know I love you.
Bullshit! You're fucking lying right through your fucking teeth, you goddamn cousin fucker!
Famous and revered Rocky game. And honestly, it's just a better version of the previous Rocky game, but that also hurts if it.
My God almighty, yes. My God. This is a... Where's Carl? I ain't Carl, Lieutenant Dilisky from Mock Platoon Number Force. That's actual fact is that those aren't bones. That's actually the fossilized remains made of mineral.
Good morning, Carl.
Good morning.
It's 10 a.m. The weather is partly cloudy, 54 degrees, 80% humidity with a strong possibility of afternoon showers.
It sounds like a good day to spend in bed.
I did go to pick up the paint that you ordered.
Oh, yes, I've forgotten. That is the difference between you and me, right, Marcus? You never forget anything.
Show me your arm, please, Carl.
No.
Carl. Thank you.
I just opened my eyes and I'm already gritting my teeth. Humans are such a fragile machine. They break down so quickly. All this effort to keep them going. Hey, what happened to your clothes?
Oh, it's nothing. Just some demonstrators in the street, Carl.
What a bunch of idiots. They think they can stop progress by roughing up a few androids? I hope they didn't harm you.
Oh, no. They just pushed me around, Carl. I'm fine. Okay. I'll take you to the bathroom now.
You shouldn't be too afraid of yourself.
Anything special on the agenda today?
Yes, there's the opening of your retrospective at the Museum of Modern Art. The gallery director left 4 messages asking to confirm your attendance.
I haven't decided yet. We'll see about that later.
Okay.
What else?
Just your usual fan mail. I've already answered.
Any news from Leo?
No, Carl. I can call him if you like.
No. No, don't bother.
Boston's quite a lively city.
Oh, sorry, got a little sidetracked.
Marcus, I'm waiting.
Oh,
sorry, Carl. I'm coming.
I'm starving.
Well, your breakfast is ready. Bacon and eggs, just the way you like them.
Thank you, Marcus.
You're welcome.
It's the final member of the trio of shows created by Marathon Media, with the other 2 being Total Spies and Martin Mystery. You know, the trio if we're ignoring all the other stuff that they eventually do. But speaking of trios, the show follows 3 main student characters as they go through school to train galactic peacekeepers, essentially, when it comes to Marathon Media. Wait.
Thank you, Marcus. Television.
Tensions continue to rise in the Arctic since Russia unilaterally declared the region part of its national territory.
With Geico, custom coverage.
The Barents Sea since Saturday, and a Russian flag now flies over the ice field. The Russian president repeated in a speech to the Duma that the Arctic belonged to Russia as when, that the United States would not accept this annexation under any circumstances. Several American destroyers are reported to be headed for the Barents Sea. Douglas
As a
chairman of the UN,
such
announced at a press
starting
conference
off as a
that
long
we had never been so close to the third world war.
known for galactic generations and iterations of the origin itself.
Get out of control.
Made a whole series detailing a bunch of the early covering everything.
Television off.
Essentially covering 5 seasons of the anime.
Mankind is so depressing. Nothing but greed, stupidity, and violence. 5,000 years of civilization just to get to where we are.
Because it was completely rejuvenating all aspects of the franchise. So it would be sad to say goodbye to you, but we are going to be heading out to a dueling academy, and with this, a whole bunch of new cards to see in the show, as well as collect and duel with in real life. Today, we start our journey into exploring the lore of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. We shall be going through the season, learning about the characters, understanding the narrative, and more. And speaking of that, this will be a 3-part series. Each part can be viewed standalone, but will all come together like pieces of the Millennium Puzzle. With Yu-Gi-Oh! Becoming such a massive phenomenon all around the world, it was only inevitable that the franchise as a whole was going to be expanded on. Similar to how Pokemon and Digimon were to launch their own next generations of their property, it was time for Yu-Gi-Oh! to do the same, with us saying a proper goodbye to the original characters and their story.
What are you reading?
Macbeth. It's one of the books you recommended.
So, what do you think?
Human emotions are intriguing. Though, I can't really say that I fully understand them.
Humans don't understand them either. They rule our lives, but we have no idea why they make us feel like beggars or kings. Life without emotions wouldn't be worth living. One day I won't be here to take care of you anymore. You'll have to protect yourself. Make your choices. Decide who you are and want to become. This world doesn't like those who are different, Marcus. Don't let anyone tell you who you should be. Let's go to the studio.
So why did you make me fix this game?
Let's see where we left off. Remove the sheet.
We're going to deep dive the story and explore the lore and
Oh, right.
So why was Yu-Gi-Oh! GX created? Simple, just because the story was over for our main characters in the anime and manga, that doesn't mean the card game needs to stop.
So, what's your verdict, Marcus?
We get the title of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, with the GX standing for Generation Next. It's not the
Yes,
next
there is
generation,
something about it.
it's the Generation Next.
Something I can't quite define. I guess I like it.
The truth is, I have nothing left to say anymore. Each day that goes by brings me closer to the end. I'm just an old man clinging to his brushes.
Carl.
But enough about me. Let's see if you have any talent. Give it a try. Try painting something.
Paint? But would I... Painting what?
Anything you want. Give it a try.
Having it based on no source material, the Studio Gallup anime, then continuing their deals with 4Kids Entertainment to license the series and translate it to English. Just like that, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is back, and you can see the series on Cartoon Network. It was truly super exciting to see what this new Yu-Gi-Oh! Series was really about and how it differs from the original. What didn't differ is, of course, 4Kids Entertainment's editing and adapting. All the usual stuff you'd expect to be edited and changed, like violence or certain references not suitable to the audience. That they ended up changing, downright getting rid of some functions for whatever reason that they added the series. There are several moments that I'll bring up here and there throughout talking about the whole show that are pretty interesting for their differences between both versions. Outside of that, the series would first premiere in Japan in early October of 2004, with the 4Kids English dub 9/18.
That is a perfect copy
Early October of 2005.
of reality.
Now celebrating its 20th
The painting is not about replicating the world. It's about interpreting, improving on it, showing something you see.
Carl, I don't think I can do that. It's not in my program.
Go on, go. Try it. Grab that canvas.
Remastering is more so just cropping in the 4:3 look into a 16:9 aspect ratio. So what that looks like is if I take the footage here and just about here and boom, remastered.
Do
So
something
that
for me.
honestly
Close
is
your
the
eyes.
for the whole remaster.
Close your
That's
eyes.
definitely disappointing. While I do
Trust
hope
me.
that there will be more for the 20th anniversary, I will still be celebrating my own way by going through the series with my
Try to imagine something that doesn't exist, something you've never seen. Now concentrate on how it makes you feel, and let your hand drift across the canvas.
Last technique were translated and released outside of Japan. So there's no real ending to the series that we will be discussing that never got to air in English. Now, with all that being said, it's time to get into all that those second generation of stories had to offer. But much like Jaden in the first episode, you don't want to be like this.
With the Amex Gold Card, every meal is a reward. Earn 4 times membership rewards points at restaurants and U.S. supermarkets.
After having so much time Moto and Kevin,
Jesus, Mary, Joseph.
That starts the generation of passing on the King of Kings title of King of Lord, literally with the episode title, The Next King of Kings, or even more literally,
Touch the damn
But in this inaugural episode of the series, we get to argue with the protagonist, as he's running through the city's tiny first academy. That's when he runs into none other than Frodo, who's treated as this conflict figure.
God.
He knows he has a tense voice, and for some reason hands Jaden a special card that he believes has a calling to be with him before he walks away. And rightfully,
Hey, Dad.
Literally, he passes
Leo.
the baton. Man, why are you gonna do us like that now?
I didn't hear you come in.
I was in the neighborhood. I thought I'd stop by.
You sound like
been a
you
while,
came
right?
into the neighborhood, but higher than the floor
all right?
Jesus walked on.
You don't look so good.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Hey, listen, I need some cash, Dad.
For what?
Again?
What, did you blow your last paycheck on coke, asshole?
It just goes, you know?
Yeah, you're on it again, aren't you?
No.
I know where it went up your nose.
No, don't lie to me, Leo.
What
Yeah,
difference
that
does it
in
make?
your
It's some
veins.
Cash, that's all.
Sorry. The answer's no.
What? Why?
You know why.
Because you'd blow it on
Yeah,
weed
I think I do know why.
or crack or...
You'd rather take care of your plastic toy here than your own son, right?
he had your chance
what's
with
he got
you.
that I don't?
You had your
Smarter?
chance to make something of your life. You turned out into a
Like me,
fucking
right?
pothead.
But you know what? This
You turned into a
thing is
fucking
not your
junkie.
son. It's a fucking machine.
Leo, that's enough. Enough.
Yeah, my machine ain't doing drugs, pal.
You don't care about anything except yourself and your goddamn paintings. You've never loved anyone.
I painted
You never
that.
loved me, Dad.
You
You never loved me.
He failed you as a man. If you turned out to be an entitled pothead, guess what? He fucking failed you.
I'm crying all over again for him doing the thumbs up thing that he did at the end of the Millennium Road arc and whatever. Aside from how meaningful this can come off from those who were so connected with the original series, you know, it was a big moment to establish that GX isn't a replacement to the OG series. Rather, it's a new story set within the same
I know what he's
and that
going
it's
for.
okay to follow this story. The card giving thing was a picture that I personally cards like
My advice,
I have memories of playing ultra rare versions of
my
that
advice,
cybernetic revolution.
do what your parents did. Get a job, sir. Oh, right. It's an adventure. This adventure, that. Honestly, they're like the noir vert. Nope. Personally, I like the noir aspects. I like the noir portions.
Lieutenant Anderson, my name is Connor. I'm the android sent by CyberLife. I looked for you at the station, but nobody knew where you were. They said you were probably having a drink nearby. I was lucky to find you at the 5th bar.
What do you want?
You were assigned a case early this evening. A homicide involving a CyberLife android. In accordance with procedure, the company has allocated a specialized model to assist investigators.
Well, I don't need any assistance. Especially not from a plastic asshole like you. Just be a good little robot and get the fuck out of here.
Do his fucking work for you.
Listen, I think you should stop drinking and come with me. It'll make life easier for both of us. I understand that some people are not comfortable in the presence of androids, but
I am perfectly comfortable. Now
Oh,
back off
oh,
before
shit.
I crush you like an empty beer can.
I think we can go now.
You little prick. I don't know what's stopping me from knocking you out.
Your sense of duty, Lieutenant, and the cost of repairs if you damage me. For your information, I'm worth a small fortune.
Wonders of technology. They could even program assholes these days. Gotta go. Duty calls. You wait here. I won't be long.
My instructions are to accompany you to the crime scene, Lieutenant.
Listen, I don't give a fuck about your instructions. I told you to wait here.
You
So
are
shut the fuck
to
up
let me work
and
with
you
you,
wait here.
or I will replace you. Fucking
Josh Douglas for Channel 16.
sorry, but your chief has instructed me to work with you. I don't care what you say. Your chief.
Androids are not permitted beyond this point.
It's with me. What part is
How the fuck could you not know? Oh, that I work with you. I even wear. You're a nicer version of the uniform you're wearing, asshole.
Got it?
Evening, Hank. We were starting to think you weren't going to show.
Yeah, that was the plan until this asshole found me.
No.
Sorry. Got yourself an android, huh?
Oh, very funny. Just tell me what happened.
We got a call around 8 from the landlord. The tenant hadn't paid his rent for a few months, so he thought he'd drop by, see what was going on. That's when he found the body. Jesus, that smell. It was even worse before we opened the windows. The victim's name's Carlos Ortiz. He has a record for theft and aggravated assault. According to the neighbors, he was kind of a loner. Stayed inside most of the time. They hardly
I
ever
like the
saw him.
noir elements.
Oh, stayed easy in. Wasn't worth calling everybody out in the middle of the night. Could have waited till morning.
Or he probably
I'd
wore
say
it
he's
with
been there for
a
a
pair
good
of
3
gloves.
weeks.
Dried blood.
No
Blonde
more
and
when the coroner
Ortiz.
gets here. There's a kitchen knife over here. Probably the murder weapon.
Any sign of a
Matched
break-in?
blood.
Nope. The landlord said the front door was locked from the inside. All the windows were boarded up.
Back away.
The killer must have gone out the back way.
What do we know about his android?
Not much. The neighbors confirmed he had one, but it wasn't here when we arrived. I gotta get some air. Make yourself at home. I'll be outside if you need me.
Do you mind moving over, buddy? No, it's just that I can't. my god,
Schroeder is
damn.
perfect. It's way too neat. No human writes like this. Chris, was this written in the victim's blood?
I would say so. We're taking samples for analysis.
You know.
Red ice. Seems our friend Carlos liked to party. Chris, I want full analysis on the narcotics.
Consider it done, Lieutenant. Hey, Mike, you finished taking samples there?
Yeah.
How the hell do you... Right. Murder weapon was taken from that wall up there. That wall up there.
Come on, guys, get a move on. We don't want to be here all night.
Don't worry. No one wants to stay here a minute longer than they have to.
I'm doing my work. Do you mind?
There's something weird in the bathroom. Did you take a look?
Mary, look. What's the big idea here? This has got to be some of the wonkiest damn controls I've ever. Oh my damn life.
Regularly, every board ends up seemingly catching him off guard before he realizes he's still late in. From the music to the frantic nature of our Toby character, they set up the feeling of a coming of age. Very well. Even if he just spoke to the people, matters that he can't leave the next week of games into late tunes. At least that is what's said in the English version of the series. We always need more plainly stated added context for the signal that quite subtle, just missing. As we arrive at this testing ground for battle taking place, we get a good look at some of the top lists that only wanting to get in by passing their entrance exam of 20-year olds in order to get accepted into the academy, with which it appears in at the last second as to not be turned away from his chance to be accepted. Here we meet Cyrus Truesdale, a smaller in size tourist who we end up living there, but who is nervous and filled with anxiety, taking watch and in the presence of old students from the school already, decided to come and watch the potential new students. During this overview of the movies, we get to see, as well as quickly, a bunch of characters like Chaz Princeton, the snooty student who thinks little of these duelists, as we see his two crews with him who have the funniest, exaggerated voices ever. And
Look, say what you want about the dub here, but there's a weird and nostalgic charm to it all that I do personally enjoy. This is how I grew up watching the series. The voices get crazier and funnier and weirder from the video cartoon. It sound a bit cheesy if it's constant motivators. We all, of course, get glimpses of key characters like Alexis Rose and Steve Truesdale, Cyrus's brother, but they'll all come into play soon enough. We also get to witness who seems like an upcoming prodigy win and gain entry into the Academy Bastion himself, while Cyrus is still a nervous wreck despite passing everything and winning. Jaden's excited and optimistic, treating everything that Cyrus is nervous about as no sweat and more so exciting to Jaden to tackle and face head on. We also get to meet the head professor of the school who's forcing the exam directly, Dr. Crowler, and you better remember to call him Doctor, or he'll truly remind you that there is a reason he's called Doctor and shall be respected. I didn't know that I could have gotten a PhD because of his now.
He was stabbed 28 times.
Yeah. Seems like the killer really had it in for him.
Strict about how the best of the best performances are judged, and nearly confidence to luckily, Chancellor Shepard, the headmaster of the Academy, calls into Dr. Crowler to make sure that things are going okay, and he isn't doing what he usually does and turning away basically everyone who tries to get into his school. So while complying with his technical laws, Dr. Crowler goes personally to the one who has taken the school. However, this is going to be done with special training and effects, implying that he is going to be the personal one that would be fair to on any of the athletes. As Jane then gets home and come down to the school, he congratulates Bastion for winning the school and saying that he's the second best player here, replying to the question of who's the first as he has full confidence in himself, saying the best as he proceeds to head down to the school. Sure, Jaden's definitely cocky about his own abilities, but it feels grateful and he's nice and around it all kind of thing.
Right.
It's not that secret sauce that the others don't. Sometimes the arrogance can come off a bit too harsh, like after meeting Dr. Crowler and learning who he is in regards to the school, thinking that he was just some sort of weird-looking mascot and not a high-ranking Academy staff member. You know, Jaden's kind of a silly class clown, and he couldn't help he's being playful, sure, but still sassy and respectful for that, without wasting any more time than he gets. It's clear that Dr. Crowler has no intentions of going back, ready to do whatever it takes to make sure that Jaden doesn't win. Jaden starts off by summoning Elemental Hero Amy, and the Elemental Heroes in general bring with emergencies throughout the series, and the hype around them at the time was insane. Every time we would see more of them, they were sold. And the line of cards rolling into the iceberg were all the other different types of cards that we would see throughout the series. Yeah, the Elemental Heroes are so cool, like the mention of them have and they're derivative, it's so much more to get to it. Then he throws down, face down, and says, "Get your game on it." Dr. Crowler, like I said, isn't.
Door was locked from the inside. I must have gone out this way.
There are no footprints apart from Officer Collins' size 10 shoes.
Well, this happened weeks ago. Tracks could have faded.
This type of soil would retain a trace. Nobody's been out here for a long time.
Chaz, what do you think? Yeah, what do you think, Chaz? We need your answer with your input. Tell us what you think, Chaz.
All right, I'm out of here. Thanks for the ride. Great party.
Wait, Lieutenant. I can't stay if you leave.
Much as it breaks my heart, this is where we part ways.
I just need 5 minutes to finish my investigation.
You spill a man's drink, you piss him off all evening, and then you ask for a favor? Fuck you.
It's a lunch ring really good.
Jaden just seems excited to be complimenting the duel, and Dr. Crowler breaks from his evil attitude to be all like, thanks anyway, teacher after a life for 2 months. I kind of love that, but that doesn't mean stopping to go easy, and Jaden, of course, wouldn't want that. He sacrifices the 2 tokens to summon that legendary rare card, which is Ancient Gear Golem, shocking everyone in attendance who's watching. It has 3,000 attack power, and while Jaden is expected to be scared of this, he is the complete opposite, as he has always wanted to take one head off.
This is your story chart. It shows what parts of the story you've explored and what parts you've missed. You can track the choices made by other players and do many other things besides. You can use this chart to replay from any point in the story, but the people who designed me recommend that you play through at least once without going back, no matter what happens. Either way, it's your story.
He ends up laughing, complimenting the strategy and looking forward to learning techniques like that in the academy. With Dr. Crowler visibly angry about this and not wanting to let Jayden win, Jayden just thinks Dr. Crowler is shaking with amazement over being impressed by him. As Jayden is about to draw his next card, he hears Karibo's cry once more before drawing it as his next card. Then it winks at him and he just goes, oh hey, yeah, no, that's whatever. I'll just take this time to play, rather than, freak out over the fact that he's hearing this card talk to him, and then literally having it wink at him. But this is Jayden. He believes his intuition, his own form of part of the card. So he just goes along with it, not questioning it. Jayden summons William Karibo in defense mode, playing another card face down, and Dr. Crowler thinks that this is all nothing. Starting his turn, and by the way, his special movement that shoots out the card is so cool. I want that. He has an ancient year gold going for an attack on William Karibo, destroying it, but its ability saves Jayden from taking any damage from the attack like last time. Jayden then takes a bit of offense from Dr. Crowler calling William Karibo lame, saying, slow down, look at you right to call my card. Messed up. Then Jayden's trap card is activated, revealing to be the card Hero Signal, allowing you to bring out Elemental Hero Burst Imageries. Now with it being Jayden's
You did one. I did one.
Lieutenant Anderson, my name is Connor. I'm the android sent by CyberLife. I looked for you at the station, but nobody knew where you were. They said you were probably having a drink nearby. I was lucky to find you at the 5th bar.
What do you want?
You were assigned a case early this evening. A homicide involving a CyberLife android. In accordance with procedure, the company has allocated a specialized model to assist investigators.
Well, I don't need any assistance. Especially not from a plastic asshole like you. Just be a good little robot and get the fuck out of here.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant, but I must insist. My instructions stipulate that I have to accompany you.
You know where you can stick your instructions?
No. Where?
Never mind.
Listen, I think you should stop drinking and come with me. It'll make life easier for both of us.
But everyone is still in shock, changing how all the others around him. Chad offering the most emotion yet by not believing that this slacker could have defeated him.
You know what? I'll buy you one for the road. What do you say? Bartender, the same again, please.
See, that Jim wonders at technology. Make it a double.
First episode of the season, as an introduction, I don't think
Did you say homicide?
Better. Clearly gets to meet and understand the personality and vibes of a solid majority of the main cast of characters. Plus, she gets to experience why Jake is an unsuspecting great movie that just didn't know everything. What happened?
You wait here.
There's nothing wrong with that.
My instructions are to accompany you to the crime scene, Lieutenant.
Listen, I don't give a fuck about your instructions. I told you to wait here, so you shut the fuck up and you wait here.
Josh Douglas from Channel 16, can you confirm that this is a homicide?
I'm not confirming anything.
Finally, you arrive at East Academy.
Androids are not permitted beyond this point.
It's with me. What part of staying in the car didn't you understand?
Your order contradicted my instructions, Lieutenant.
You don't talk, you don't touch anything, and you stay out of my way. Got it?
Got it.
Evening, Hank. We were starting to think you weren't gonna show.
Yeah, that was the plan till this asshole found me.
So, yourself an android, huh?
Oh, very funny. Just tell me what happened.
Call around 8 from the landlord. The tenant hadn't paid his rent for a few months, so he thought he'd drop by, see what was going on. That was when I got on the bar. Jesus, that smell. It was even worse before we opened the windows. The victim's name's Carlos Ortiz. He has a record for theft and aggravated assault. According to the neighbors, he was kind of a loner. Stayed inside most of the time. They hardly ever saw him.
Wow, stay easy. Wasn't worth calling everybody out in the middle of the night. Could have waited till morning.
I'd say he's been there for a good 3 weeks. We'll know more when the coroner gets here. There's a kitchen knife over here. Probably the murder weapon.
Any sign of a break-in?
Nope. The landlord said the front door was locked from the inside. All the windows were boarded up. The killer must have gone out the back way.
What do we know about his android?
Not much. The neighbors confirmed he had one, but it wasn't here when we arrived. I gotta get some air. Make yourself at home.
All the way at the bottom here is like the red, which
be outside if you need.
And then all the way at the list, but we're considered the top, which is where we like Bastion. And then all the way at the bottom.
No fucking touching those chores, station.
Like the red is the
no fucking touch those chores, station. Okay. The sad ball. God.
Each letter is perfect. It's way too neat. For human rights like this. Chris, is this written in the victim's blood?
I would say so. We're taking samples for analysis.
I tried $1
Red ice. Seems our friend Carlos liked to party.
Whatever little they could that the teacher personally had to pay for them. Which we also get to meet them, headmaster of the Slightly Red Door, Professor Becker. Oh, and of course his pet cat Pharaoh. It's a reminder of the time period this series came out, and about the fact that, of course, they have stylized videos. They can already do video messaging FaceTime, but then again, this series always has the amount of money invested into moving technology alone by the likes of Kaiba and Pixel. On another level, Chaz hits up Jake, offering a duel with him, where they each wager their best card for the winner to win. And of course, Jake is like sticking down fun while his roommates think he's crazy. Jake thinks he's gotta step up and someone calls you out. That kind of logic applies to so many other examples that learn in real life. That's great. You don't see that. You actually learn. So now Jake ends up getting into a duel with Chaz, who is amped up to really see if Jake can really kill or Jake starts off with an insane game, by the way. Aside from some other elemental hero cards in the reload, he really puts together his flame wingman, but Chaz was ready with the trap, predicting he would go for this combination. As his trap card lets him sacrifice his monster,
he was stabbed 28 times.
Yeah. Seems like the killer really had it in for him. Chris, I want full analysis on the narcotics.
Consider it done, Lieutenant.
Then brings out his next elemental hero, Mark. Down Chaz's soldier with some damage on his white hole. Parts of fact that also deals that same damage, but with Flame Wingman still in Chaz's control, makes no so great. Plays a face down card waiting for Chaz to then make a movement attack, allowing Jake's trap card mirror gate to be activated. This effectively swaps the monsters on the field for player's control, giving Jake back his collectibles. While Chaz gets Sparkman, resulting in Flame Wingman card for Chaz's Flame. Chaz isn't too happy about this. Now the spell card should go flat, destroy Flame Wingman. the value of having impact points away from James' big points. The low mouth of only ice traps left. From here, Chaz uses Colt the Haunted to bring back his previous monster, only to sacrifice it to bring out this general who has 1,800 attack points, while James is light of which attack. James, however, is ready to summon him. So, when Chaz thinks James has nothing left to offer, the tools to try to win. However, during all of this, Alexis came in to watch the duel, and by this point noticed that security is coming around to their sheds.
He took a knife.
Chaz is more worried about getting in trouble for this than winning the duel. Stopping it as they all and he saw all that and he still ain't bad was he got lucky, although James probably would have won that duel. He had that monster before that duel, and you know that he could have brought back that money. And now he doesn't do it. They all have to lose and get in trouble. He fills Alexis in on this after they get out of there, and she understands that James can still kill the duelist, and there is something to his time that but that's all just one of the coolest things ever. You know, after a long day of doing nothing comes they're not if they have the stamina to do it and doing all the like is one thing. Real deal that is it's Oscars for not help. Remember, those friends mentioned. Thanks for all the support as the subs directly help support the channel. Now, back to the duel. As school continues on, we see how the top students are treated and respected, and how the most likely to drop out students are looked down on. Specifically from a teacher like Dr. Prowler, who spends time with Cyrus for not being the correct answers in class, leading him to feel embarrassed. But Jason steps up to defend him.
I think I figured out what happened.
Oh, yeah? Shoot, I'm all ears.
It all started in the kitchen.
There are obvious signs of a struggle. Question is, what exactly happened here?
I think the victim attacked the android
with the bat.
That lines up with the evidence. Go on.
So the victim was assaulting the android with a bat.
The android threw the chair.
No, that can't be right. It doesn't fit the evidence.
Shit.
The android stabbed the victim.
So the android was trying to defend itself, right?
Yep.
Okay, then what happened?
The victim fled to
the living room. Fled to the living room.
And he tried to get away from the android. Alright, that makes sense.
The android murdered the victim with the knife.
Okay. Your theory's not totally ridiculous, but it doesn't tell us where the android went.
It most likely
It was damaged by the bat and lost some therium.
Lost some what?
Therium. You call it blue blood. It's the fluid that powers androids' biocomponents. It evaporates after a few hours and becomes invisible to the naked eye.
Invisible to the naked eye.
You can still see it, can't you?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
In the background of everything surrounding this, the Academy was getting in a huge shipment of cards, but Dr. Power went on all of them so that he could give the great ones to Chaz, as he wanted to be the puppet master of setting James up for failure, something Chaz is deadly powerful to the face off against one another in the testing. The output just very strongly felt like Dr. Power, particularly was a strong Dr. Anyway, for any of these examples, it does help that the relations are broken down things, which we're getting his help for doing so. Later when Jake and Cyrus get a chance to head to the car shop, they realize nearly all the cars are not on their side of the cars, and I just love the voice of the person in the car shop here. What if you have some letters? It's so good. You can't help but here's where that old lady from earlier outfit steps owner of the card shop. Remembering Jake for his help earlier and getting him a special card for his dad. So now when it comes to the duels, Chaz and Jake face off against one another again. They both have a few things under their sleeves. Chaz ends up getting together next.
I didn't go through the windows. And most likely may have.
On top of that, added for support at the time of the Tiger Jet and W catapult to now have
so.
He also sets up his new strategy, laying a card face down and waiting for Chaz to make his next move. As Chaz goes in with an attack, Jake activates the face down card and trades him in wing, turning Karibo into, yep, you guessed it, my boy, Winged Karibo level 10. Then by sacrificing itself, destroying Chaz's speed up to X-Wife, LMFAO Dragon catapult and inflicting attack damage to his life points direct, bringing Chaz down to 1,000 life points, giving Jake a perfect open to have it
gracious.
shot out and attack directly, taking from 1,000 life points.
Hey, what are you doing with that chair?
I'm going to check something.
Chaz Princeton here, well, he will not be thinking about it. He says they most certainly
check something.
And I also say that in this episode, it's funny to see that there are
He went upstairs. I traced his blue blood. He went upstairs.
Time to help someone in need out of pure kindness, and that conflict is right around it. At the end of all this, the Chancellor tells Jake that no Slifer Red has faced it.
I know it.
Let alone offered a performance quite like that to win, as he has been offered the chance to be promoted from Slifer Red to Yellow, which Cyrus was worried about his estimates on his steps. What are they doing? Ever, he wants to be Yellow. But then Jake surprises Cyrus back at their dorm thing. Where at the slightly night Cyrus isn't there, and that makes
there he is. Crap.
Forget that this is still ego, and it was only a matter of time before some sort of shadow related conflict. Like, ominously entering the Alexis placed the rose on the student's site as she internally said, "Get younger, every," which definitely adds some layers to the character. Has something like to happen. I mean, then just like over one time, like living from so very the price of being part of the
I was just defending myself. You're just gonna kill me.
He's dead.
I'm begging you.
We're not here to harm you. Everyone knows.
What the fuck is going on up there?
We just need to speak to you.
It's here, Lieutenant!
It's here.
Chris! Ben! Get your asses in here now!
Oh no. We're just gonna talk to you.
Comes in and talks about an abandoned dorm on the island, and it was officially shut down once students started like it all back to the items in the shadow. Of course, after hearing this, the boys are planning on sneaking out over to it, with Dr. Crowler hearing about this because he's listening to outside their window for whatever reason.
I'm glad we could finally clear this little error up.
Todd?
We're clearing out this part. Just one more chapter before.
Dinner's ready.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Like, you're a teacher who wants the best of the best students. Is this a good thing? Don't you want him to be good? Either way, Dr. Crowler just wants this person. I think you're dating what it seems like tonight.
There wasn't much in the kitchen. I did what I could.
Dr. Crowler is an end. The end result that he wants from all of this is ridiculous. die. Sorry, get sent to the Shadow Realm. Now, later on, the Slifer Red Wizards sneak out of the command form, and they end up running into Alexis, with them both questioning their reasons for being there. Putting two and two together as the audience, we really understand that Alexis is there because her brother is one of the
Life's funny.
The Shadow Game related.
I lost my job because of androids. And I need somebody to take care of this goddamn house. What do I do? Go out and hire a fucking android. What a joke. Of course, androids are so fucking wonderful. They never fail. They're never tired. They're sad. They're so fucking perfect. They ruin my fucking life. What's your fucking problem?
What the fuck is yours?
Not the life you dreamed of, eh? Maybe you think this is easy.
Well, maybe it'd be a little better if you got off your fat fucking ass.
Fucking shithole. My fault. Your fucking mother took off.
No, it's your fault because you're a drunk fucking redneck who beats the shit out of people.
Fucking bitch took off without a word. Fucking whore walked out on me for a fucking accountant. It's all your fault.
Daddy, no.
It's all your fucking fault. Get back here. Come back
Is this the
here.
part where...
Come back here right now! You stay there. Don't you dare fucking move, or I'll bust you worse than last time.
Around the dual how tight he is going to be up to something. The programming and puzzles that cause the effects. Jake is becoming more disoriented. He's not even sure what's going on. Like he can't truly see at what point he is. Tightly goes for a monologue that just but before they come to this work,
Fuck, yeah, man, my cousin fucked up. Fuck him, that's my cousin. Well, better than nothing. No, fuck reason. That guy fucks his cousin. That guy beats his fucking wife and his kid. You never had your chance at a goddamn family!
He's coming. He's gonna hurt me. Run! Get away, or he's gonna break you like last time.
Very mad!
But Jake is still treating it all like a baby.
Ah, shit.
What the fuck are you doing here? I gave you an order!
No, I won't let you hurt her.
You won't let me. She's mine. I do what I want with her!
Is this the total here?
The other thing that he could have but Jake's come here.
For your own good.
That's enough! Leave her alone.
What the fuck are you doing? Get out of here. That's an order. You hear me?
No! I want you to leave Alice alone.
You want? What do you mean you want?
But there's a lot of mysteries here that we need to figure out. Like, why did the Shadow Road make an appearance and who was actually
You don't want anything. You're just a goddamn piece of plastic.
I think you got a problem.
We need to fix that.
Watch out!
Come here, bitch.
Stop, Dad! Don't hurt her! Leave her alone!
You do as I say.
Rules, however, for the duel were already set and cannot be changed. No one's going to be replacing Cyrus. He will be. And if he would rather have someone step in, as he is worried about that, and the spell, but everyone wants to have him help with his team. So Cyrus can get to death.
Craig, he's coming!
You have to obey me. You're mine.
That card does. Sadly, this without confidence ends up crumbling after the rules of the Virgin Tour, bringing us into a flashback that shows the relationships here. Mother, in this flashback, Cyrus getting from the glory of the power on his father saying he tells him to stop has been where the party was when this battle happened. Cyrus was confused and mad, thinking that he was Zane claimed that Cyrus was about to misuse it, showing that the face-down card his bully had was spellbinding circle.
Well,
The monster would have been trapped from doing anything.
my God, this is a
Very,
very depressing game.
Zane seems to be coming from a logical side of things.
I think I'm gonna call this one a night. I thank each and every single one of you for watching, and I look forward for a bit of a I look forward to tomorrow night's game, tomorrow night's stream on Twitch. With the way things are going, it'll most likely be MLB The Show.
Having a bit of panic, saying that he'll never win the duel with him as a partner, running away in sadness and some PTSD.